know what? No. No, okay, that's not the end. We're gonna try this one more time around. Blah 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 blah.
Kidding me?
What is this thing
And
Are you sure
we're gonna
he's
go ahead
coming?
and do this a little bit differently.
Opportunity to. He's back.
I don't like it.
The Crooked Man.
The Crooked Man. We're gonna try this a little bit differently around.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble. At the Crooked Man's place.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
I guess you've been worse. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
What do you have to say
Where the fuck do you get off?
poor
You
girls.
think you have the right to just do this to people? You're a fucking crook!
Blah 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 blah.
Shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible.
Okay.
The Crooked Man is charged with the murder
As
of
I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie?
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White.
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute.
little bit, yes.
So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well,
Yes.
where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not.
Georgie was a victim of this psycho, too. He was pushed into the whole thing, and now he's dead.
He's... what?
Dead. So you
Dead.
see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots.
I like that a little bit
Georgie
better.
made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the
What
charges.
other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
Okay.
If you
Appreciate
insist.
that.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf,
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
And kidnapping Crane at gunpoint.
He went willingly.
Yes, thank you. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
Probably should have let him.
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're involved.
Come on, it's obvious.
Everyone just shut up for a minute. You wanted a chance to talk? Well, go ahead.
What?
We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak for?
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
ground.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're really
fuck?
going
This
to let
is
him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly.
blah, blah, blah.
No
This is
more
a very
snap
powerful,
judgments, no more
like,
secrets. We are
so
going
crazy.
to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
This is ridiculous.
It is.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his
Gotta hate
family, you
this
see.
fucker.
A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his
Of course he
business.
wasn't.
And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered two of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
You've
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg.
If you were so offended by it, why'd you cover it up then?
There we
If
go.
it had nothing to do with you and your shit, then why'd you try to protect him for so
What
long?
cover up? I never made any attempt to hide Georgie's criminal activity from you. I learned of it myself
For
only
fuck's
recently.
sake. Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Nope.
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
Yeah, and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end.
Bastard.
They do it because they want to protect me, as I've protected them.
Because they're
You
afraid of what I'll do
understand
to
wanting
them.
to
Of course, I
protect
did
what
kill
you care about,
Bloody
don't
Mary,
you?
so
You'd do
shouldn't they be more afraid of me?
anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people.
Something about
you
the
scare
druid man's
tactics.
point.
They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice.
Oh, she was
Do
not.
you really think she wanted... that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
You
it was
two
not
are morons.
me who put you in that
Yeah.
position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless,
God, he looks like
sniveling on
shit.
street corners, I was there to look out for you,
Yes, but
wasn't I?
Crane was the one who let this town go to the fucking dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really?
Yes, really.
What about Archie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got
got
her
your
tree,
tree
back.
back.
And in
See?
turn, we used her magic to help poor Fables get
Obviously, I'm an
glamours.
okay man.
Because I
got
helped
weird
her,
goat legs,
she was
it's
able
creepy.
to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
For the longest time, not much. But they asked me to come work for them.
Really? The new deputy mayor wants you on the 13th floor.
No. The wolf offered me the job.
Yeah.
She wanted my tree destroyed. If she had her way, I'd be hung out to dry on a clothesline by now.
What?
you were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
I know what you're doing, and it's not gonna work.
Focus,
You
people.
can't manipulate us or these people. We're not here to talk
Oh,
about
we're
this.
not?
Bigby
No, we're
just
not.
This
means
is
that-
important, and I'm glad it's being talked about.
You know why I asked him to destroy your tree. You were working with Crane and the Crooked Man.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me.
I think I can.
You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with the Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town.
Backing up.
And that may not always be clear right away. But I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you.
Plus, I could kill
And
every
so does
single
the
one of you.
sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can.
Things haven't been great for a while now, but we'll do better at protecting you. From people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help.
He took Faith and Lily from us. And while we can never get them back, we can certainly punish who's responsible.
They're right.
Thank
You're
you,
all
Beast.
still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't
shit.
be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded.
Oh, that
The
eye.
sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie
murder.
was working for you. Bigby got a
A
confession
confession that nobody heard.
Yeah.
Now, I'm no barrister, but I think
No
such a
barrister.
statement would carry more
Nice.
weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's history.
My history.
What are you
all of that shit.
talking about?
Snow?
You won't be able to talk your way out of this, crooked man.
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
them.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course, yes. You're responsible.
If I'm to blame for Georgie's mistakes, shouldn't Miss White be held accountable for Bigby's actions as well?
Like what?
How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your
This
watch.
guy's
Under my
weird.
watch.
Accent
Maybe
thingy.
he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
Snow had nothing to do with it. We all thought she was dead.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that
There
happened.
we go.
Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own
This
crimes.
isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen,
Everyone calm down. This isn't
I
the
mean, a
reason we're
certain
here.
level of privilege should be afforded
To
to
who?
This is how it's always been.
This is what I'm talking about.
I'm glad I didn't tell
We
everybody to shut the
lashed
fuck
our
up.
ropes to this diseased world, and ever since,
Trying to be
which
nice.
one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too
Blah, blah, blah,
stupid
blah,
to
blah,
command
blah,
your
blah.
own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby? Miss White!
J'accuse.
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath, little
What's
one?
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
She has something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut
whether-
up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know
Wait.
what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill
Uh-oh.
her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
Vivian wanted you freed from the ribbons.
There we go. I still think that's
Her own life.
a heavier. That
I'm
one
sorry,
works a little bit better for the
I
narrative.
don't think I know
Nerissa. My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me.
And this just confirms it.
He made Georgie do it. It was
I'm winning the
always
crowd.
him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Get it.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next.
Oh, that eye.
So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you.
Yep.
What, you take two people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
What did you expect to happen here? You're getting what you deserve.
Well done, then.
Okay.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has
more
a point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been enough bloodshed
So we get rid of him.
Dangerous.
Get him out of
We
here.
can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
Look, I'm making the call.
Why should you?
He is the only officially appointed representative here.
Right. Bigby should decide.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
Yes, Sheriff. Do what you think is right.
Teach him a fucking lesson. Everyone, I'm...
Not this way.
You. And I win.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep.
You
Okay.
said you had a way to keep him from hurting people.
Wait, you
After
can't be
what
serious.
he's done, you just gonna put him in prison?
This isn't the way, Sheriff.
You're doing the right thing.
Yes, there's a way.
All right, do it.
Do 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 do. Super happy way. Okay, let's see how this ends up. One day later. She gonna call me Bigby or is she gonna be calling me Mr. Wolf? That's the question. How's this gonna work?
Not what I was expecting. Morning, crooked man.
He's got a sharp tongue. I thought it would be better for everyone if he parted with it.
Good call.
Thanks, Greenleaf.
Work is work, I guess.
Hey, Sheriff. Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Let's see what happens.
This fucking line.
What the hell's he doing?
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Is everything okay? You look...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
So, no difference.
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
This is just fucking stupid. And actually, that's where I'm going to go ahead and stop this because no. There's not enough of a difference between the final one that I did and this one. It's not quite red, green, and blue exploding Reapers, but it's just... I get a little bit of stuff. She's still giving me the Mr. Wolf stuff. I mean, no, I worked my ass off on that game. I get it. That's not how it works in the... Actually, no, that is exactly how it works in the comic books, apparently. I don't really know, but I've seen it. So, yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with that original ending. And see y'all next time on Everything's Funny at 3 a.m. Peace out.